In 2018, we can expect the current trends to continue and further intensify. We are witnessing a period of time in history where Alan Greenspan's irrational exuberance was a fraction of what we see now. Only time will tell where this ends. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we are going to look at what hasn't happened since 2008. So we are here now in the year 2018, 10 years later, and I want to show you this. These are Google Trends, and you'll see that these statistics tell us what people are searching for through the Google system, and that gives us an insight into the psychology of people. And you will see this right here. Back in 2008, now at the same level today, after a big increase throughout 2017. The term sell stocks. People are searching it more today than they have been all the years prior, back until the peak, 2008. And this is very important. Yes, we can look at PE ratios. We can look at 200-day moving averages, 50-day moving averages, and everything that deals with company finances, A to Z. But the psychology of humanity is very important. That's how trends are developed. So it's interesting to look at Google Trends to try and see this information to piece everything together. Remember, on this channel, I like to look at all these different pieces. The technical analysis, yes, definitely. The psychological aspect of it, and also the anecdotal evidence. And I like to piece together these Google Trends. I think it's important. And here we have seen a slow increase over the years as the QE started building up and people became more concerned about the fragility here. We can see a slow generation in selling stocks, but it wasn't until just recently that we had seen this really big increase here, which looks similar to me as the same increase back in 2008. So I want to show you a couple more that to me show the reality, and that is goodwill near me. Now, there's nothing wrong with this place at all. It just shows me that there are so many people that are in a tight spot. Money is very tight at this time for a lot of people. I'm going to show you more on that in a moment. We're looking from 2013, and you could see how high this has escalated as a trend over the years. 5 years. The stock market has been doing well. Unemployment has been going down. We are supposedly at full employment. We are looking at inflation rates being very low. We're looking at interest rates being extremely low. And all the while, we're being told everything is fine. But here are the real trends. Goodwill near me. And also, there's another one interconnected in with that. Cash advance near me. Something that I talk about regularly. You have these payday loans, cash advance, the same situation. 2013, the trend escalating over the years. Where do you hear this type of information? You don't. Well, this tells us you're talking about millions of people searching. This could be from anywhere in the world, as you can see right here. But ultimately, many of the searches are coming from the US, all right? So think about this for a second. People are searching for goodwill. They're searching for cash advance. They want it near them, so it's not just for research. They want it for themselves, most likely. And that tells me that they are in a tight spot financially. Again, at the same time, unemployment's going down and all this other business that we've been told. And this is also something important. Walmart credit card. Same situation. Since the financial crisis ended, let's say somewhere around here or so, look at that. Walmart credit card. So yes, people have been buying more, but they've been buying it on credit. They've been using debt as a means of being able to buy whatever it is they need. Maybe they're buying things that they don't really need at this time, but that's what they're buying, right? They're buying any sort of objects we don't really know, but it's at Walmart and it's being purchased not with cash, not with their own debit cards. It's being purchased with their credit card. And we know the interest rates on these things are astronomical, and people ultimately get trapped in a cycle where they're paying the minimum balance all the time. They don't just buy the credit card to get a special deal that first purchase. Oftentimes, they end up using it, racking up the debt to the maximum, and end up paying the minimum. It's a very dangerous cycle. This is the way it works. But here, again, same situation. We're being told everything's fine, but these are real pieces of evidence that are not allowed to be discussed, or else you are criticized. Here is one that I thought was, I mean, I knew this was the case, but to see it for myself, sell kidney. You know, this is going back, I mean, back from 2004. But if we just take this from, let's say, that point when the financial crisis had ended, you're seeing this again increase. Not dramatically, but there is a definite increase here as you move from a level of about 25, up to, let's say, 70 or so. And that's an increase that is something to look at. I mean, if people are looking into selling their kidney, it's dire straits. And I saw other similar searches. How do I sell my kidney? How much money can I get for my kidney? And so on. And that's really, to me, that shows how desperate people are at this time. Looking at the next one, I just wanted to throw this in at the end here. How to move to Canada. You'll see this. There's basically no interest the entire time, except for this. This one here is just leading up in 2016, earlier in the year, probably following one of the big news articles and everything. But it was this one spike, and that was when the elections occurred. And then it just disappeared. Nothing else happened after that. So I thought that was interesting, just to give you an idea of how these Google trends do work. So you can see that for yourself. Type in anything you want. If you just go to trends.google.com, you will be able to follow that for yourself, where you can see, you could type in whatever it is that you're interested in viewing. But I thought I would piece together this video to give you an idea of how human psychology works. This is what people do. They're not really, if they're searching into their search engine, it's not something that they need to do in public or anything. This is, to me, it shows what's real oftentimes, because if they're doing something on, let's say, social media, well, other people might see that. If they're doing something in a public setting, other people might see it. This is the type of thing that people do in their own private environment, and it gives us an insight into their psychology. I think it's important. That's all for this video. If you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this type of information, how I like to get into the different aspects of what we talk about all the time, but sort of viewing it from different angles, not always trying to focus on, all right, the 200-day moving average hit this level, therefore that's going to go down, or the 50-day moving average moved up to this level, therefore we are going to break out at the next factor here, and so on and so forth. I like to cover literally as many different angles as possible. I hope you do appreciate that very much. This is what I like to do with the Money GPS, and if you're new here on this channel, trust me, you're in for a wild ride. So that's all. If you found the video informative, I know you will find my books, The Money GPS, and my newer release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can actually flip through these books. The first book is about the 4 asset classes and how to profit from them, whereas the newer book is touching on familiar subjects, but I also get into earning income, reducing your monthly expenses, and so much more. So take a look at Amazon. There are links in the description below. Take care. Okay, since you stuck around, I just wanted to throw this in at the end. This is Google Trends. I think it's important to take a look at this information. You could see here, they had the year in search 2017. You can click on that and see what's going on for 2017. But essentially what you'll see here right now is what is trending at this time. So you can scroll down for yourself. You can see generally it's about sports and it's about celebrities, okay? But you can actually look for useful information in here. And as far as I'm concerned, what ends up on the top page usually isn't very important, but you come up here and I could search for example, stocks, and I can search that, bring it up, and it will show me that. It will show me 4 different countries. It will give me an idea of what's happening. You can see the related queries, which I always like to do. So you scroll down to the bottom and look for related queries, and you'll get an idea of maybe the thing that you searched for exactly wasn't the most popular term, but you'll find something else that may in fact be more popular, maybe more of interest to you, just because it's the way that other people are searching it, and perhaps that would be a more accurate thing to do. So check that out, trends.google.com. That's all for this video. Take care.